Should lawyers be able to check out jurors' Facebook pages? We're joined by WGY legal analyst Paul Harding of Martin, Harding & Mazzati. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Chuck.
Morning.
So this has a lot of layers to it, starting, I guess, with a screening process with social media.
You know, we've had the ability to do what we can in the past to find out who these potential jurors were. We can find out how old they were and where they live, but getting deeper than that, we had to ask some questions in a process called voir dire. When prior to selecting them on the jury, we have a few minutes to ask them questions and try to find out what they think about certain things, what their biases are. Now, again, New York's had this for a little bit longer time than the rest of the country, but now lawyers have the ability everywhere to go on the social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and kind of dig in a little deeper to how these people think, which if you find the right people, they always say you win or lose your case by picking your jury. So big stuff.
So then you go from the screening issues, using that to screen, and that's basically what they've posted publicly, so you can't hack into their page. So it's out there, it's public record. But then you look into during the trial itself, say they're selected, then can you monitor their page to see if they're posting anything about the trial?
You can, because during the trial, you're not allowed to make any public statements about what you see, what you hear, what you feel. So if they're on Facebook and they're kind of saying some things that indicate that they're going one way or another, or they're revealing something about what's occurring back in the jury room, any of that stuff would be grounds for a mistrial, and you certainly would have a good idea where the case is going in case there's an offer to settle along the way, too. But that stuff, when you find out that it's occurring, you report to the judge, and you can end up having a case where that is now won or lost on social media.
And there have also been cases of either the attorneys or the judges and friending and unfriending attorneys or refusing friend requests, and that's kind of inappropriate.
Yeah, you can't friend request a potential juror. You can't friend request a judge. That's been deemed to be a relationship that's too close, even though, let's face it, how many people do you have on your social media that are friends that you couldn't pick them out of a lineup and know nothing about them? But those are the rules. And I think that's probably what they're trying to do when it did happen. Some lawyers were kind of trying to befriend friend everyone in their town in these small communities, and they would come and they couldn't select a jury pool. So that's been eliminated from options also.
It's also become such an issue that there have been companies that have come up with software to create a juror profile that will go through their media posts, social media posts, and come up with a juror.
Well, we have juror consultants now. If you have a case that's a big enough case and a case that you have the ability to do it, you hire a jury consultant, and they're sitting there and they're watching these potential jurors in the background. They're watching what they look like, how they're standing, what their arm positions are. They oppose to what you're saying. So this jury consultant thing has been around for a long time, and now the question is how deep can they go using these tools? And the court came down and said, okay, look, we're going to let you do what the general public can do, peruse Facebook. But don't go into private areas. Don't dig any deeper. That will be an ethical violation.
Do you think the judges like that you have dealt with would be okay with this?
You know, they will. I mean, what they want is, and what everyone wants is a trial that's fair. It's a jury of your peers that come in with biases that are as neutral as a bias can be. Right? You don't want someone coming in a criminal matter that just has an issue with a particular race. And if you can talk that through and often people won't admit it during the voir dire process, but if you can find something on a Facebook page or something that they've posted that said otherwise, yeah, I think the judges do want that. I mean, you know, so many freedoms at stake here. We don't know what's going to how much deeper it'll go. I suspect this is where it's going to stay for a long time, because lawyers will always try to push the envelope a little bit.
Yeah.
But right now, we've got the rules.
WGY legal analyst Paul Harding of Martin, Harding & Mazzati, 1-800-LAW-1010. Paul, thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you.
Take care.